Welcome to Vialet Studio, where Vialet and her guests share stories of their passions, inspirations, and spiritual journeys. Vialet creates a sacred and fun space for individuals to be able to share information about themselves, their work, and their community. We are so happy you have joined us today. Let's get started with your host, the magical creator of Discover Your Spiritual Gifts, Vialet. Vialet Rayne.
Okay, let me see. So I just say, got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So before we get started, I always like to just take a minute and center ourselves and get grounded and just create our own sacred space for us getting together. So just taking some deep breaths in and out, just connecting below and above. Calling in our guides, our angels, our guardians, our master teachers, all those that support and love us along this journey. And we ask that we connect with those listeners seeking and looking for the information that we're talking about today, that we're able to connect and assist them in their journey along their spiritual path. So,
yes.
Yeah. Very cool. I just like to get us kind of centered and ready. Feels much better. Cool.
It does.
All right. So welcome to Vialet Studio. Thank you for joining us today. I have my guest with me, Jimena. I think I pronounced it right. Jimena.
Perfect.
Yay! Yes. I love the name. I love when we have our own originality and our own, we all do, but I just love those beautiful, unique names that can be out there. So I met her at Body, Mind, and Spirit last year. She was doing healings across from our booth, and we got to visually see her working for 3 days on clients and people stopping by, and it was just so amazing that we couldn't help ourselves but to go over and invite her to be on our show. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, and good morning to everybody, to all your friends, to all our friends that are listening to us. And yes, that is interesting the way we met, and I have seen you at the first as well, and we are always busy. So that's the true blessing to have people coming all the time. It's like, yes.
It is the true blessing. So share with us your story. How did you journey down this path? What got you where you are today? I love hearing people's stories because there's so many people out there right now that are just now connecting to their gifts or just now having experiences that they don't understand and don't know where to go. So I love sharing our journeys with them so they can know they're not the only ones having these types of experiences, right?
Yes. I was born in Colombia, South America. I grew up surrounded by natural things. Like I didn't realize that until I was older, but I had the influence of crystals. My father was a shaman, not the traditional shaman, but he did understand about alchemy, transformation. And he used to read to us just stories, like metaphysical stories, but it was like, yes, it's kind of normal. And my mom was more into herbal medicine, talking to the pets every day, like very normal, very casual. We will talk about our dreams. Like that's one of the earliest ways of communication that I start developing dreams, dream work. And I think I'm in a very good position in that when I'm assisting others. But every day we will talk about our dreams, but it was very normal. So that's how I grew up in Colombia, very modest family. Always love to be outside, playing with my friends, very good at school, but always wanted to be outside, discovering the world, getting in trouble, even though I was a good child. And but yeah, that's how everything did start. I moved to the big city for college, and but always when I look back, that was my healing quest through growing up, through different experiences, through dreams, through it was very normal to like the intuition aspect. That's normal in my culture. That was very normal to see, to talk about things. Again, dreams, medicine, the animals, expression in different ways. The dance is a big part for us. It's a big deal in Latino culture. We dance every week. Well, we can dance every day, but at least we dance Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So it's like, yes, that's part of my gift as well. Color, a lot of color. That's also part of my medicine, influenced by color, texture, different things, but mostly nature. Being outside was one of the biggest gifts as a child.
I love that because I don't think our children get out much in nature anymore, right?
Yes.
Kind of like you, I grew up here, but I would take off to the creek and climb the trees and, you know, be out in nature. I love the wooded areas. I wanted to be outside. I didn't want to be inside. I was constantly outside doing stuff, making mud pies, building forts out of sticks, you know, finding all of that. That was my connection, was to be outside and wandering around and connecting to just nature. So I love that. And I love colors. I think colors are a powerful way of healing and understanding and perspective. And I think we take it for granted sometimes, and we don't realize that color has vibration and it has a frequency and healing, and it's purposeful. I love when we bring colors in. So talk to us a little bit about some of the things that you do today that you offer clients. Like what work are you focusing on today with clients? What is your speciality?
So, well, through my life, through my quest, I discovered that part of my purpose is to help others to reconnect to source. So how do I get there? I do it working with the Divine Mother, with the Divine Feminine. And remember, this is not about male and female necessarily. It's about awakening those beautiful qualities within us. So I assist others in becoming happier. We have a lot of people that is successful. So I work with those people, successful people, people that want to take care of themselves, people that want to grow, people that want to explore, because we continue exploring. And as you say, discovering your gifts. Everybody has gifts. No matter that, yes, I don't have what you have, but hey, I have something that you don't have either. So it's like we are here to complement each other and make things better, because that's like the journey of life. So yes, that's my purpose, to reconnect, to help others to reconnect to what is important. So I use different techniques. I use massage, DNA repair, alignment of the chakras. I do readings. I do work with nature. I do work with animals. I do teach. I love to teach. I love to talk. And also, by trade, I did become an accountant. So I combine business with spirituality. I combine the concept of IRS, authority, with reality, with our life, because the financial aspect is also part of your abundance. We cannot deny that. It is okay to be abundant in the financial aspect, in the material aspect. So we have to help others to reconcile those definitions, because we are physical, we are also mental, spiritual, and emotional. So we have so many levels of existence. And so in helping people or assisting people to become happier, they realize that, hey, it is not just me trying to be the richest girl in town or in the block. No, it is, we go beyond that. What is it that is holding you back to allowing others into your life? What is it that is holding you back in becoming truly your own power? Because I could be very good at preparing tax returns, but hey, what about my personal life? What about my dreams, truly my most inner dreams, my most tender dreams? So everything is possible. So I love to combine pretty much everything: business consulting, spirituality. Let's talk about angels, colors, diet. And as you said, yes, sound is vibration, color is vibration. So yeah, I offer that. And the way I do it is I can do it in person in my office. We can do it when we are in the fairs working with everybody. Okay, let's sit down. Let's open to life guidance, because guidance is there for us 24/7. We just need to ask and to trust. The information will come when we need it. And if we ask for it, of course.
Well, I love that because, you know, a lot of people, and I'm sure you found this in your clients, they think in order to be spiritual, they have this poverty consciousness that, hey, I'm not supposed to be financially abundant. And it's hard to break those beliefs, those connections of, no, we are supposed to be financially abundant. We're supposed to have everything that we need and then some. That's what's really important. This life is supposed to be happy and joyful and all of those beautiful things. It's part of all of it, right?
Yes, yes. And we are priestess. You are a priestess. I am a priestess too. So it's the concept of reaching that level of balance. And we don't harm others. We don't harm ourselves. We start learning that, hey, every single form of life deserves respect or has the right to live, right? So it's like, yes, we go to simplicity and we apply all this modern technology, and there is so much knowledge of everything, the market, the financial, the spirituality. So now let's combine that. And that was one of my challenges like 15, 20 years ago. Spirit kept giving me the message like, hey, combine both. I couldn't understand, like, logically, how do I combine tax preparation, business consulting with the spirituality? It took me a while. And finally, one day, I brought this big candle to my tax office, to my accounting office. So it's like, oh, I can pray for my clients. Like I couldn't make them work at the beginning. Like, how do I combine? But yes, little by little, I did start praying for my clients and opening sacred space for my clients. Because yeah, we will talk about taxes, we will talk about business, but what else? How are you doing? How's your health? How's your family doing? So then that's how we slowly start opening the space. And now it's like, I feel very comfortable talking about pretty much everything. So that's what I offer to my clients, to my students, live guidance. Let's see how we can work with what you have at this moment. It's not all about the future. Yes, we focus on the future, but the future is done today, is created today by your actions, by our actions, and things can improve always.
I love this. Now I got to share something with you. Okay. So I love this conversation because Spirit's talking to me through you. So I've been thinking about what to call my podcast besides Vialet Studio, because I feel like it needs a different name. It needs a different energy to it besides Vialet Studio. So one of the things I've been kicking around is tapping into sacred wisdom. tapping into sacred wisdom as a name for my podcast, Sacred Wisdom, because I'm all about sacredness. And you just talked about bringing sacredness into your work, no matter if you're an accountant, if you work at a dry cleaners, if you do daycare, if you're whatever. How do we bring sacredness into everything that we do? And it doesn't have to be elaborate and out of reach. Sacredness is such a part of us as divine beings, and we've forgotten what sacredness is. So today you've shared sacred wisdom. How do we bring sacredness into the things that we do, no matter what we do, whether we're a healer, whether we work in a corporate office, whether we put on a 3-piece suit and go into an executive meeting? How do we step into our own sacredness, and how do we bring it into everything that we do?
Well, I think you already said, and we have touched on that already, like we start with the principle of doing to others what we want to be done to us, right? Mm-hmm. Is that simple? That's sacredness. Is that basic respect for everything? Of course, maybe we will have to confront people that truly are disconnected, or truly they are in their most negative state of mind. So we have the right to protect ourselves, but at the same time, I'm gonna treat that entity, that being, that person as a sacred person or entity, whatever it is. So I will start with that. And we allow the interaction to happen. But what it counts is your intention. What is there? So you are opening your podcast. Yeah. Remind me the name. What did you say?
Sacred Wisdom.
Sacred Wisdom. Yes. And it doesn't need to be like, there is this misconception among people. Like, no, for you to be there, you have to be like so-and-so, like you have to have titles. Yes, you allow the titles to come to you, but it's through the force of your heart. That's the most important thing. Regardless you have everything, or regardless you don't have much at this moment. As long as you have that force with you, that you recognize that force within you, it's like you keep going, because that's what is moving us forward. And it is not a secret that we are in this moment of, like, we are in the evolution process constantly, but sometimes we have to recharge, we go down, we go up. That cannot define our lives. It's just a test, it's just a challenge for today, but we know we can do better. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's starting with basic respect for others, for life itself, and being able to fall in love with life over and over and over, no matter what the news say tomorrow, no matter what the countries are doing against each other. Hey, we're gonna fall in love again with my qualities, with your qualities. Maybe I disagree with some of your qualities, and that's okay. But we are here experiencing coexistence and co-creation.
I love that.
I think everything is possible.
I do too. So what would you tell somebody that didn't have the opportunity, to grow up in the environment that you grew up in, and they're just now connecting to their intuition, their gifts, and they don't know what to do with that? What wisdom would you share with them in this moment, for those that are really new to their spirituality and trying to figure out what that means to them?
Well, we will start with looking at their qualities, because that's who they are gonna become. Mm-hmm. That's what is gonna show their pathways in life, and that's what is gonna show their purpose. Because a lot of people don't even realize that we have purpose. You have purpose to be here and you have a function, you have something that you can give to others, and everybody does. And the hard part of that is to believe it. So we will start working on your qualities, like, because yes, you are going to have, even if you think you are 99% bad, at least you have 1% that is very good, that is very unique to you. So we go with that 1%. We can put the 99% here on hold for a while we work with this 1% quality. So that is what I will say to this person that is new to their spirituality, because probably it's nothing new. It's just new to the awareness of this moment. But remember, the soul is eternal. So it's just remembering who we are. Why do I feel the way I feel? Why do I believe the way I believe? So we go back to the quality, to the individual quality. And from there, we start opening, researching, discovering things that probably were there and they were overlooked. We didn't realize they were there, or the people doesn't realize that, hey, I can use compassion, maybe that's a quality, to do things or to understand others. I can have, well, there are so many qualities. Listening to others, even the smile today, that could be a quality. You never know. You never know what you need from the other.
I love that. I love that. I think it's one step at a time. That's what I tell people. Just take that first step. All you have to do is take the first step. They'll guide you to the next step. Just commit to the first step, whatever that is, and step in. I think it's the journey, right? It's not the destination. It's the journey, right? And how we take it. So I love all those pieces.
And excuse me, and that's what you just say. That's why we have people that are not necessarily happy, even though they are successful. Because we live in a society that focuses on the end results. We have to give results constantly. Hey, we had to take the time to smell the flowers. While we get there to that final result, I have to enjoy the time. I have to enjoy every step that I take towards achieving that final result. And that's what we have forgotten. We have forgotten. And you find people that, yes, they get everything they are working for, but in the process, they didn't take the time to enjoy. And that's the emptiness that we see among a lot of people, regardless the ages. Could be teenagers, could be middle age, could be mature people. If they didn't take the time to appreciate life, simplicity, relationships, failure, even failure is something that you can now look back at and realize that, wow, that was a big lesson. That was a beautiful lesson. And now you recognize that, yeah, maybe I needed that. So when we don't take the time to see those steps, it's like we lose a lot amount of life itself. So yeah, part of reconnecting is appreciating every moment, because tomorrow we don't know where we are going to be. We are not sure we will be here tomorrow. And tomorrow, if we are here, we still are going to be different from what we are today. Isn't that amazing?
It is. It is. We continually expand and grow, or at least I think the majority of us do. There are some people that I find get stuck in these cycles, and it's just the same thing day after day, and they're just kind of stuck, right? They go to the same job, they have the same routine, nothing changes from day to day. They're just kind of stuck in this cycle. But the majority of people are moving and changing and shifting and trying new things and trying to figure out. And I think that's the beauty of this journey, is the exploration, the discovery, the expansion, the getting to know who we really are every day.
Yes, I think so. And believe it or not, now that we have this friend, COVID, that has been, I think, even though there is a lot of negativity around, started, it has also served a purpose. People were confronted with, for example, being at home 24/7. It's like, no way, that's too much. And they are discovering things that, hey, I like being at home. I like to be with my dog all day, or I like to share with my children, or wow, I have the opportunity to see other things around the family, the interactions with the family members. Because before I was working 8 hours a day plus commuting in traffic 2 hours. So it's like, yes, now we have regained that time, even if it's just for just a period of 1 or 2 years. But people are discovering other things, and I think that's beautiful. Realizing that, hey, I don't need to buy everything I want. Maybe I will buy everything I need. Toilet paper, right? It's crazy. It's crazy what our values and how do you say, what is important to us changes constantly. That list of important things do change. So I see that as a positive aspect of this period that we are going through.
You know, some of the other positive things that we've seen when we're talking about this in class is that as Americans, we've gotten used to instant gratification. We could go get anything we wanted, anytime we wanted, anywhere we wanted. And we've all had to learn to be patient, that we don't always get instant gratification. That you might go to the store and there might not be frozen peas like there were yesterday. No. There might not be, you know, Tilex at the store that was there yesterday. There might not be your favorite creamer or your favorite yogurt. We've had to learn a little bit of patience, and we've gotten to try other things because our things weren't there. And we've become flexible and working around some of these things and really pausing for a moment, right? And so yes. I think it's been good. And like you, I agree, there's been a lot of good things that have come from our little friend that's come to visit, that's going to be here for a little while. We're learning to adapt. There are many people that learn technology through this that would have never, ever did some of their work via technology, and they've gotten comfortable with it. Wow, what a great gift for the world, because now we can offer things to a bigger market, and we're being able to connect to people all over the world and some of our jobs, some of the roles that we play. So I agree with you. I think there's a lot of positive things that have come out of it.
Yes, and we are also grateful, and we honor all of those that passed on, and the families and the different groups that have been affected negatively. And yes, there are things that we can recognize in both levels, in all levels. But it is important to recognize also the positive aspects, because there is a lot of fear around that. And that's when you ask yourself, okay, where is my fate? Because that's the other aspect. Why do I have to be in fear if I believe in myself, if I believe in the world? Yes, I could be upset that, well, maybe we have some manipulation or something, right? But ultimately is, okay, what is my fate? What are my foundations? And that's what has been truly shaken, because people are lost. But why are we lost? Hey, slow down. Let's believe in what you have in your heart, because that's plenty of power. And that's your healing. That's your healing source.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. So if people wanted to get a hold of you, to schedule time to meet with you, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you and contact you to schedule something or figure out what you have to offer?
So the best way will be to call or text my phone number, which is 727-244-8003. And the other way will be my email address. It's my name, Jimena.yantorno@gmail.com. And again, we can do pretty much anything with technology. It's allowing us to get together, to talk. And that's the other thing I discovered through these last 2 years, doing the fairs that we were able to do. People just wanted to talk, and it's like, let's have a hug, and just face to face. People were missing that so much, that human contact. At least to have somebody that was listening to them in a way that, hey, I didn't say, oh, you are crazy because you are thinking like that, or I was laughing at them or something. No, it's a beautiful, honest conversation, knowing that you are not alone. We are not alone. So that's one of the things I enjoyed the most in these last 2 years, going to the fairs and meeting people. Going to my office, I continue doing it. I continue going dancing the last 2 years because I meet people like that, and it's like, that's a big ceremony, dancing, moving. We offer, we bless. But if we stay isolated, yes, you are going to think and overthink, analyze, overanalyze, and you are here with your worst enemy, your fears and ideas. No, we need to go out. Even if there are places where we cannot go because there are too many of us, just go hug your tree, go for a walk, try to visit some friends if it's possible. But we have to reconnect because that's a human nature. We are pack animals, right?
That's true.
We are. We belong to these beautiful families and groups, and there is no point to be alone. And if you don't want to be with others, still we have technology. And look, we are here together, even though we are not sharing the same space physically, we are sharing it in somewhere else, right? We are here.
That's true. It's true. That's what makes technology so cool, because we can connect with people all over the world from our own home space and be able to share our wisdom and be able to communicate together and have those connections. And I think it's so important. So important.
It is very important. And people, I think, are connecting more and more because of the current restrictions. But again, it is a positive thing and we can use it for good. Of course, some people will use it for other things, but it's up to them. But if at least you and I use it for the highest aspects, that's the gift. Again, that's part of smelling the flowers, smelling the roses every day, falling in love with what we do. And you detach from the outcome because you know you are doing your best today. That's it. That's it. You are doing your best.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today to hang with me and talk with me. We will have your information below on the video where people can contact you. Thank our viewers for watching. Thank you for taking the time to sit with us today through this show. And we hope to see you really soon in another show. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you are doing with your groups, with your organization. And thank you all that are here with us today. And remember, I'm offering 22% off discount for all the people that comes through Violet's channel. And it's for January and February 2022. And yes, let's make sure that this family keeps rocking the world.
I love it. Well, thank you. Have an amazing day, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. To find out more about Vialet and how she can help you discover your spiritual gifts, head over to discoveryourspiritualgifts.com and on YouTube at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts. You can also send a personal message to Vialet through email, violet@discoveryourspiritualgifts.com. Until next time, remember, we are meant to have abundant and joyful lives. We hope to see you really soon at Discover Your Spiritual Gifts.
Discover connection, awaken sacredness, become empowered. Come experience the difference and discover your spiritual gift.